Hey guys, okay, that was super freaking annoying. Mercury retrograde just started and I'm already having all of these technical difficulties, which is really irritating me, but I'm really gonna do my best not to allow it to get to me. I was in the midst of speaking on some of these cards that we drew, but now I feel like I just want to start over because I haven't really gotten to the point of like editing videos and stuff. I just like to do everything raw. So I'm just going to quickly go over the whole entire meaning of this reading at this time is to call upon the Twin Flame Collective and those who are on like a journey with their divine counterparts at this time, and how we can come through more empowered and more aligned and more balanced, so that we can support one another on this journey at this time. So I started with the Syrian Starseed Tarot deck, and I pulled 3 cards. So at the bottom, or at the top of the deck, which is the overarching energies, we have the Sage of Flames, which is the Queen of Wands. Now this energy is all about the Kundalini rising, and as you can see, this Kundalini is rising from the base of her spine all the way through her chakral system to her crown chakra, which is fully illuminated. And this fully illuminated crown chakra represents connectivity to the spirit realm and the higher realms, being able to channel and connect directly with those higher realms, and just receiving an abundance of downloads, activations, upgrades, and all of the pertinent information that we need at this time to move forward fully empowered. And the Kundalini and fire energy represents passion, creativity, spirit. And as you can see, she's encapsulated by this circular portal that's immersed with these beautiful flames. And this circles represent wholeness, balance, harmony. So I feel like within this twin flame journey, we're moving to a place of wholeness. We're moving to a place of completion. Like, no longer are we dwelling in duality, even though duality will always be a part of, you know, this reality or this dimension that we live in. I feel like within this journey, like coming together as one, as a whole, and as a whole unit is starting to be called into existence. But I also feel like this also represents, you know, the divine feminines being becoming more whole within themselves. And we do this through balancing out the divine masculine and feminine within ourselves, and practicing divine self-marriage. And then for the underlying energy, wow, we have some major arcana coming through. The Abundance card, which does represent the Empress in the traditional tarot. And I mean, look at this beautiful divine feminine energy that's just pouring forth all of this water energy, which is joy, which is creation, which is life, which is sustenance, which is the subconscious mind, intuition. And look at that portal that she's creating with the water. I mean, these types of energies are opening up gateways and portals to realms that have been locked and hidden for so long. And it's just really allowing us to channel from all these various sources that may not have been accessible to us at one time, but because we're going on these, you know, journeys, and because we're embracing these journeys, most importantly, and seeing the higher meaning of these journeys and the purpose of these journeys, not just like the romantic aspects, but like what we're learning from them, I feel like this is truly allowing us to call forth this abundance. And you know, abundance isn't just about pentacles, or it isn't just about money or material items. Abundance is happiness, inner peace, genuine friendships, healthy relationships with your parents and your children, optimal health, different types of gifts like, traveling the world, connecting with different cultures. Abundance can just come in so many different forms. Calling in your soul tribe, having the resources and the means to create and sow seeds and harvest from those seeds that you sowed. I mean, abundance can mean so many things. Children, creation, creative gifts, creative insights, healing, resolving generational curses, and resolving karma. But yeah, this Empress energy, it just keeps coming through like in almost all of my readings, I swear. So I know that this is definitely an energy that I have been embodying a lot lately, as well as a lot of other divine feminines. And the Empress also represents like unconditional love and nurturing as well, and just so many beautiful things. It's a really auspicious card. And then at the bottom of the deck we had the 6 of Orbs, which represents the 6 of Swords in the traditional tarot. And I feel like this is incredible because this represents letting go of like a lot of the lower vibrational energies, such as grief, guilt, pain, suffering, because this is following that 5 of Swords energy, which can be so painful and representing conflict. So the 6 of Swords and Orbs is like coming back into balance, coming back into alignment, stepping out of those energies of feeling so just like at conflict, whether it's with yourself or with others. So yeah, that's amazing. And then I pulled from this beautiful Sacred Rebels Oracle deck, and I just asked a few questions. So the first question was how is the divine feminine coming through and shining forth at this time? And wow, look at this big bold vision. That's incredible. And that is card number 15, 6, which also represents balance. And even though it's not showcasing a melanated queen, which is definitely a fantasy, this is supposed to be an Egyptian queen here. So as you can see, the scarab symbol and all of the Egyptian symbols, and then as you can see, her third eye is illuminated here, and so that does represent vision and insight. And yeah, this card is basically talking about creation, creating an entirely new vision, a new world, a new paradigm. And I feel like that's what the divine feminines are here for. We're here to help harness and create this new vision, this new earth, this one that is like more balanced and full of harmony and love and unconditional light and protection of the earth and all things beautiful, But I feel like this is also saying like we have to surrender to the fact that we may not know how our manifestations are going to unfold, because we're not the only ones that are creating this vision. I mean, we're working and collaborating with the universe, with God, with Goddess. So it's very important that we understand that and know that at times we do have to surrender to divine orchestration, divine intervention, and divine timing, and to really have trust and faith in the process, knowing that we don't know how it's going to unfold or turn out, and to simply let go of like the obsession of having to know, and just keeping faith in the fact that we are in alignment with all that is great, beautiful, abundant, and bountiful and plentiful. So having trust in self as well, is really important at this time in order for us to bring forth these visionary creations that we as divine feminines are embodying and working on at this time. Yeah, and in doing so, this is how we're going to bring about like more abundance, and this is how we're going to inspire our divine masculines to meet us where we're at and to match our energy and to be feeling like they are supported and empowered on this journey as well. And so the second question I asked was, how can we play a support role to our divine masculines at this time? And I called number 41, and it says, bring it into form. Okay, so this card is all about, I feel like personally it's all about like creation, and it is very indicative of that Empress energy once again, like standing in our creatorship power, standing in our abilities to manifest, to magnetize, to align, and to harness all of our creations in ways that go beyond mere 3D or physical means of creation. You know, really tapping into, once again, that Queen of Wands energy, that Kundalini, you know, that really comes from within, deep from within. And in doing so, we help to bring our visions into form. It's amazing that this card came up first and then this card came up because, okay, we have the vision and then it's saying to bring it into form. So by bringing these visions into form through harnessing this Kundalini energy and this Empress energy and letting go of all of the grief and all of the fears and all of the things that are holding us back and keeping us stagnant, that is how we're going to play the greatest support role to our divine counterparts, our divine masculines, so that they can come through fully empowered and matching us where we're at, so that we as wholes can come together as a greater whole. No more of these lies about two halves coming together to make one. That is not true. There's no such thing as your other half anymore. We're now resonating at 5D, so it's time to start acting like it, divine feminines. And then I asked, what actions do we as the divine feminine have to take at this time in order to come through fully empowered? And I pulled card 38, restore and replenish. And I feel like this is so important. This is kind of reminded me of that Four of Swords energy, like, you know, having to retreat from the world to rest. And I feel like it's because as divine feminines, the energy work, the shadow work, the spirit work, the inner work, the self work that we're conducting, it's very intensive, and it can be very heavy at times and taxing on the body. So it's very important that we do take measures to restore and replenish our energy. And I feel like this card is saying to really prioritize that at this time, not to forget about self-care, and to make sure to stay balanced, to make sure to stay really grounded right now, and to rest, you know, and to pay attention to what the body is telling you, to be in tune with, you know, your body, and to do whatever you're feeling called towards doing, whether that's taking like a healing sacred bath, going on a walk in nature, doing some grounding at the beach, going for a swim, a walk, or indulging in your favorite dish, whatever it may be. Whatever is your way of restoring and replenishing, make sure to, you know, definitely do that at this time. Otherwise, it can become so easy to become ungrounded. And if one wants to truly create and one wants to truly harness their potential of calling forth abundance and all of these beautiful things, and really showing up and stepping up for their loved ones, their families, their soul star tribes, the collective, whoever, their divine masculines and counterparts, whoever, the world, their children, their parents, whoever, whatever is important to them, their mission work. You have to take care of yourself first and foremost, and you have to prioritize yourself first and foremost. So I feel like that is basically what Spirit is saying. And then I'm going to ask, how is the divine masculine coming through at this time? How is the divine masculine coming through at this time? What is his energy right now? What is his energy right now, Spirit? Okay, you know what? I keep seeing this card. It keeps wanting to come out. And I don't know what this card really represents, but it keeps coming out to me. It's number 23, defend to the end, the worthwhile. So I feel like Spirit wants me to select this card right now, just because I've seen it 3 times already since shuffling. And defend to the end. Okay, I think that makes sense because, you know, the masculines tend to be, they want to defend, they want to step into their divine masculinity, which is to defend and protect their loved ones, their divine feminine. But I'm not really sure exactly what this card means, so I do want to read a little bit from the book just to get a greater understanding of what this card means. Let's see. 23. Defend to the end, the worthwhile. Beneath the illusions, pretty as they may seem, you know what is real. Beneath the lies, sweet though they may sound, you know what is worthwhile. All that is genuinely and truly essential for the heart to throb with a life is worthwhile. Anything that dulls it or suffocates its vibrant aliveness must be questioned, challenged, and more than likely cast aside. For the heart is our key to living an authentic life. Okay, just reading that alone already gives me a lot more insight into what this card is saying. So it's really emphasizing that the divine masculine at this time is opening up his heart chakra, and he's receiving heart chakra upgrades and activations, and he doesn't know like how to really process it because they're not used to this kind of energy. They're used to being so guarded, you know, being so just closed up because the world has been very hard to our divine masculines. So I feel like this is saying that the divine masculine is being forced by Spirit, by the universe, to really step into their authenticity and to open up their heart chakra so that they can properly receive the messages and the upgrades needed to live their truth and an authentic life, because so many of them have been dwelling in ego for so long that they really haven't been embodying their authenticity. It says that without its foundation of truth, we are to be forever lost in confusion, doubt, and despair. You are a sacred warrior, a defender of the heart. You have cried genuine tears of your own grief and also the grief of the world. You have raged at injustice and oppression in your own life and in the world. Okay, yes, I feel like these emotions are really coming to the surface for these divine masculines right now, and it's really difficult for them to process emotions because it's not something that they're used to. And then like the older generations in society and the status quo has always told the divine masculines or masculines in general that it's not okay, you know, to showcase emotions and to display any type of feelings because it's a sign of weakness. And so that they're finding out that that's a lie and that that's not healthy whatsoever. That's actually really toxic. So a lot is coming to the surface for these DMs, you guys. So I feel like right now, just be more compassionate, be more unconditionally loving, and really continue to embody and exemplify that Empress energy for your DMs so that they can have an easier time with this. This is really not easy for them whatsoever. You know, they're really going through it. So especially the ones who have been taught that they have to be alpha, you know, and macho, and those are the ones that are probably struggling the most right now. So be patient with them, you know. This is not easy for them. It says, you have felt the need to protect the presence of love, for whilst it is exceptionally powerful, it can too easily be smothered under lies and fear. This, wow, that's deep. So I feel like, yes, the Divine Masculine really wants to protect the love that he has for his Divine Feminine, but, you know, because they're so full of telling themselves lies and all these fears, I feel like it's really difficult for the DM to showcase love at this time. However, he's a sacred warrior, and it says the sacred warrior must not heed the dangerous voices that say, oh, stop being so sensitive, stop making such a big deal out of things. Right, so like the ones that are deeply sensitive, who perhaps other masculines in their life have told them like that's not how a real man is supposed to be or act, those are the ones that, you know, they're probably experiencing like a lot of internal conflict at this time, and they really just need their Divine Feminines to just be patient with them and to showcase love and hold space for them right now. Like, that's really important. It says love is the biggest deal there is. What else is worth being so sensitive about? Yes, so I feel like them discovering that, you know, love is what truly heals all. Love is what brings us the most happiness. Love is what makes everything worthwhile. Not this false sense of egotistical security that a masculine gets through work or through making a lot of money. Like, all of that stuff is just built on lies of the ego, and it's built on a facade. But at the end of the day, it's love that we all need, not just him, but the Divine Feminines as well, and these star children as well that are being born. Just more love, more love. A lot of the old toxic ways, they're just being cleared out, you know, being thrown out the window to make more room for this love. Wow. So thank you, Sacred Rebels Oracle. What beautiful messages. Okay, so now I'm being called toward this animal spirit guidebook here, which I don't know how to interpret these cards at all, so we're gonna definitely have to pull from the book. So at the bottom of the deck we have the oyster, so that's the underlying energy, and then I'm just gonna cut this deck here to get more energies. Top of the deck we have, ooh, the fire ant. Interesting. So we'll find out what that's all about. And then in the subconscious we have the otter, which I do know a little bit about the otter, but I'm going to read from these just to get more clarity. So we have this beautiful animal spirit guidebook here, and let us see. I don't think, okay, oyster. So underlying energy, oyster, patient, secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. When in balance, feels blessed, generous, masterful. When out of balance, feels reluctant, gripping, clams up. To bring into balance, share something. Wow, that's amazing. I really feel like that's speaking to the divine masculine's inability to be vulnerable. I mean, a lot of them have been so quietly going through like the suffering. And I feel like Spirit is just saying, you know, it's okay to share your frustrations, your vulnerabilities. In fact, I feel like this is going to be healthy for them. Not only is it going to help to heal them, but it's going to help them to really channel and activate their throat chakra. And you know, a lot of people have been receiving throat chakra activations recently, because right now this is a time to share your truth, to share your journey, your story. That's so important at this time. It really is. So let's see, Fire Ant, which is at the top of the deck. So that's going to be like the overarching energy. So it says Fire Ant, aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire Ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. When in balance, thoughtful and disciplined. When out of balance, argue, excess heat, gossips. To bring into balance, solo time, walks at night. Wow, I feel like that again is another message for the divine masculine. So many of them have been so rigid in their thinking, you know, and following orders, while the divine feminine has really been breaking free from the status quo and like you know, being fearless to really stand firm and stand grounded in this new way of thinking, breaking free from conventionality and antiquated ways of thinking. However, you know, a lot of these masculines have been remaining rigid in their thinking and having a tough time really breaking free from that rigidity, which does lead to aggression, because, you know, when you're rigid, you think that you know everything, and you get triggered a lot more by anything or anyone that like challenges your belief system. So yeah, I feel like we need, the divine masculine could really work on bringing this more into balance, so he can come through disciplined and thoughtful. And ways he can do that is through spending time alone, it says, or walks at night. And that's really important, because a lot of our divine masculines have been spending time alone. I know mine definitely has, and it's been super beneficial for him, you know, to integrate these energies. And I feel like this fire ant energy is also talking about like karmic situations, because it says attracting people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. And that's exactly what these karmic situations and karmic partners, or whatever type of karmic situation or relationship does. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a karmic lover. It could be like a karmic situation could be anything. It could be a job, it could be distance, it could be thought patterns, it could be really anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but this energy is just telling me that they're working through these karmic situations at this period, you know? And in doing so, it's just going to bring about a lot more clarity, freedom, ease, calmness, relief. And then the otter, it says, wow, this is beautiful. Otter, unobstructed joy, playfulness, contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck, the otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of the child, available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and reverence for life itself, without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. When in balance, full of love, needs nothing. When out of balance, gloomy sighs make silly excuses. To bring into balance, dance, party, or celebration. Oh, I love that. And I feel like that's just a message speaking to the collective. Like, we all desire more joy, more bliss in our lives. That is like the ultimate point of life, is to have fun and to let go, and to celebrate. That life has so much to celebrate. So why are some still stuck in this gloomy, doomy energy? I mean, I know, like, it's just a natural part of life. We go through our ups and downs. However, it's really important to like maintain a sense of playfulness at this time, because things are getting quite heavy, in the world. So protecting oneself from those heavier energies and inviting more playful, lighthearted energies into the world, whether that's going out on play dates with, your children, spending more time in nature, whatever that means to you, going out socializing. It's really important that we take the time to celebrate life and to have fun as well, and not always just take things so seriously. Okay, I'm just gonna call on a few more cards. Let's see here. Spirit, how can the divine feminine really come through fully empowered for herself, her loved ones, and her divine counterpart at this time? Wow. Panther energy. Okay, let's see. Panther energy, huh? And this is more fire energy, and I feel like the divine feminine is really exuding so much fire energy at this time. It's not even funny. So it says annihilation of unnecessary, purging. The panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc. With the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives, it's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. Wow, so I feel like this really has to do with us continuing to do this shadow work that is not so fun, not so pleasant. However, we have the capacity to do it because, the divine feminine is just that freaking powerful, that freaking amazing, you guys. And yeah, it says when in balance, brave and productive. When out of balance, self-destructive. To bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. Yes. So eradicating all that is not serving us at this time, or the collective, our loved ones. And that means getting rid of, or not getting rid of necessarily, but integrating or taming the more shadowy aspects of us as individuals, starting from within. This is going to be super important for these divine feminines at this time. Okay, so let's see. So the divine feminine needs to continue doing her shadow work. Let's call and ask, how can the divine masculine come through fully empowered for his loved ones and himself at this time. I'm going to say for himself at this time, because I feel like the divine masculines are really focused on self-work at this time. And by him healing himself and doing the work that he needs to do alone, that's what's going to allow him to come through for his loved ones. So yes, Spirit, what energy and spirit animal does the divine masculine have to embody at this time in order to come through fully empowered for himself? Ooh, interesting. Zebra. Okay. Let's see, zebra energy. Where are you, zebra energy? Trying to find the zebra energy here, you guys. So just bear with me. There's a black upright triangle. Okay. Where in the world is this zebra card at? Here we are, zebra. Ooh, I like this. Eccentric, creative, visionary. Zebras are the most precious of gems. They are young at heart, well-cultured, and have an undying curiosity about life. Being in the company of a zebra personality not only is a delight, but also opens our minds. Be prepared. Their potent magic is contagious, and you may soon find yourself in a faraway land, expanding your worldview while having a blast. Zebras also like to contribute to the global health through environmental or volunteer work. This card may hint to pack your bags. I was just going to say, I feel like this represents them needing to go on more journeys, you know? They've been just really held down by all of these responsibilities that society places on the masculine, to be providers, you know, to carry the load of the family, embody strength and protection and all of these things. That now is the time to embrace some more fun, masculines. Don't be afraid to go out on journeys, to go travel, and, you know, just really relish in the joy of life. So it says, when in balance, worldly, enthusiastic, and fashion forward. When out of balance, jaded, pouty, vain. To bring into balance an epic adventure in art. Yes, masculines, start going on these journeys, whether outward or inward, creative or however. I think it's really time for these masculines to just start enjoying life more, to let go and let loose, you know? The feminines have been really enjoying life in so many ways. So now it's really time for the DMs to do this. And see, when I say DMs, I'm not necessarily talking about male or female. That could just be the energy, you know, that you embody the most. So like, you can be a female but embody more masculine energy. So take it as it resonates, you know what I mean? So like, if you feel like you're a female that has mainly been operating in her divine her masculine energy, then this card is speaking to you. If you're a masculine who embodies the feminine energy more, then this card is speaking to you. It's just energy, you guys. It has nothing to do with anatomy or physiology. It is strictly energy. And so now we're going to call a few cards from the Rumi Oracle. So Spirit, do you have any just messages for the collective as a whole? Divine masculines, divine feminines, twin flames, star seeds, light workers, anyone that's on the journey toward bringing forth and calling forth the 5D plus energies and calling forth new earth. What messages do you have? Uh-oh, way too many. What messages do you have for us at this time? Sheesh. Sorry, this deck is like brand new, you guys, so it's going to be a little more difficult for me to pull for it. What energy or what message do you have for the collective spirit at this time that's just going to assist us on our journey, help us to further our healing, our growth, our ascension, our evolution, becoming more in tune with our soul path? Oh, nothing is wanting to come out, you guys. I might have to shuffle a different way here if something doesn't come out soon. What energy, Spirit, do you want the collective to embody at this time in order to... Oh, okay, we're going to take this one. Hand of Fatima. Since it was sticking out. Hand of Fatima, and I really don't know what these cards mean at all, who these people are, so we're going to have to read from the book. This is talking about the Hand of Fatima. Let's see here. Hand of Fatima. Oh wait, that's not... Bear with me. I'm really interested because I heard this deck always has like really good messages. Alright, so we have the Hand of Fatima. It says, I can never leave you, not for a moment, not for an hour. You are in everything I do. You are my everything. My drink is your sweetness. I move to your command. I am surrendered prey in your hands, and you are my consuming lion. Your soul and my soul are truly one soul. I swear to our one soul, I long for no one but you. In the garden of your grace, I am only a germinating sprout. Wow, so if that is not a twin flame card and message, I don't really know what it is. So yeah, I feel like this card is really just saying that remember that on this twin flame journey, you're one soul occupying two separate bodies. You're not separate from your twin. So whatever you're experiencing and going through is also what they're experiencing and going through. You guys are always mirroring each other, even if it's not being communicated in the 3D. You guys are always mirroring one another. So what frustrates you about your twin flame is also something within yourself that you need to resolve and heal, and vice versa with them. So anytime you're getting frustrated or feeling like giving up, turn within, go within, and find a way to mend and heal those energies within yourself, rather than placing blame or guilt or shame on your divine counterpart. No, that's not what it's about. And that also has to do with the light and dark aspects within yourself as an individual too. So we're just going to read a little bit from the book. It says, the crown of my blooming is the desire to be in your arms. My hand watches over you. It brings you blessings and comfort, protection and grace. Radiant with divinity am I, and you are my child, my beloved, my angel, and my body too. I shall never leave you. Turn your inner eye to me and see the light of my grace in your heart. You cannot be harmed. You cannot be defiled. You can only ever be what you are, me, alive, radiant, and love. You are giving birth to more spirit than you have ever held before. During such times, a divine midwife can be helpful and supportive. This is Fatima, radiant daughter of the great beloved who reaches from the skies, who reaches up from within your body, from deep within the earth. And brings you gifts of protection, grace, and love. You are safe, you are held, and you are bound with her warmth. She has received your prayers, and she honors your devotion to life, to love, and to growth. She will help you. Ask for her blessing daily. You can use this simple, sacred honoring ritual to do so if you need guidance on how to pray to her. But any words from your heart spoken in authenticity will suffice, no matter how simple or innate they may be. She responds to feeling behind the words and responds instantly beyond time and space. In fact, she has responded even now, perhaps before you even knew she was needed. This oracle brings you the guidance that what is being born in your life right now, in your own consciousness, as a seed, perhaps, of a new way of being, a new idea, belief system, philosophy, or sense of self, is going to come to maturity under the loving protection of the Divine Mother. You are also being asked to heed your intuition and instincts. Have some discernment about who you involve yourself with and how you choose to use your time and energy. Wow, allow yourself to feel Fatima's guidance and comfort in you by giving yourself permission to be nurtured through your own choices and the people or situations you say yes or no to in your life. This is a way to honor her presence and allow her to help you. It says, this oracle also brings you the message that your body is sacred and worth your attention. You do not have to become obsessed. You do not have to push or judge your body, but you can honor him or her as a sacred animal through which your spirit creates soul and expresses itself in the world. This is truly wonderful, an amazing gift, extraordinary, and yet fraught with challenge. The spirit can be powerful. Sometimes it can be hesitant too, enough to really engage with the body and come to life. It says, Fatima holds the wildness of divine feminine wisdom and the sanctity of life. She has great gifts for ecstatic presence, only able to be experienced through the spirit living in the body. She will share this if you allow her to guide you. This oracle comes with guidance. Giving your body rest and healing is the most beneficial at this time. There are symptoms you are experiencing, anything from fuzzy headedness to tiredness and aches and pains, as well as shifts in body temperature and unbalanced, as these are directly related. So yeah, I feel like this has to do with also a lot of upgrade symptoms, and also just twin flame separation symptoms too. But yeah, this is a beautiful card to call upon. I love it. This has everything to do with the Divine Mother, the Goddess, the Empress, just that nurturing energy that is so always effervescently present in our life and needed. So thank you so much, Rumi Oracle, for that message. Okay, this reading is starting to get long and I'm starting to get tired, so we're just going to call on 2 more cards here. So we have the Whispers of Love. And, you know, I did the pre-shuffle, so at the bottom of the deck we had relationship patterns. Wow, it takes strength to recognize the need for change. This is so beautiful, you guys. I'm really loving this. And I've been saying over and over again how 2021 is the year of great change and transformation, you know, because it reduces to a number 5. And yeah, it does take a lot of strength to recognize the need for change, especially within relationships, you know. But change is so necessary. Change is inevitable, and change is the thing that's going to push us forward toward growing. And look at this Earth Goddess, you know, showing this mirror to this smaller goddess. And I feel like, wow, look at that. The reflection is showing like a little baby. So I feel like tapping into our inner child, you know, getting more in tune with who we were when, before we were corrupted and conditioned and programmed by society and all of the nasty lies that, you know, society has told us. Oh my gosh, these cards are just beautiful. So we have appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. Yes. Beautiful energy. Spiritual connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Yes. Twin flames. Eternal divine partners on this sacred journey that share the same soul frequency. Here to really push each other to be the embodiment of our greatest selves. Oh wow, the union of hearts. A love connection defies explanation. Wow, beautiful. So much beautiful twin flame energy coming through. And then it says, be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. Yes. Divine feminines. Don't be afraid to check in on your divine masculine from time to time. Let him know that you care, that you're always there to support him on his journey, no matter what. So I know I said I was only going to pull 2 cards, but I had to pull those energies because they were really speaking to me. But we're just going to pull 1 card from this Lightworker Oracle Guidebook just to kind of close out the reading. And I'm just going to ask, like, Spirit, how can we as a collective come through for one another, both as divine feminines and divine masculines, as divine counterparts, as light workers, as whatever you identify with, labels or no labels, how can we come through? And like, this is what was at the bottom of the deck. Wow, master healing. Beautiful. Look at this. And I feel like this being, he is just fully empowered because he has mastered the art, he or she has mastered the art of healing. Like, healing is so important. That work is so vital, so critical at this time, and it's so necessary for us right now. And wow, master number 33, which also reduces to a 6. 2022 will be the year of the 6, which is the number of balance and harmony. So I feel like in order to heal, we are going to have to maintain balance, because I feel like the energies are going to be extremely intense, extremely heavy. Like, if you thought things were crazy in 2021, wait till 2022 arrives. It's going to get pretty hectic, guys. So make sure to stay balanced. Make sure to stay grounded. Make sure to stay in a very harmonious energy and continue to do the work, okay? I can't reiterate that enough, and I'm not trying to sound like a broken record or like I'm preaching or anything like that, but I really am here for you guys, and I want to see you guys thrive and succeed. And I feel like in order to do that, you cannot keep putting off the work. You have to really go within. You have to really channel and harness your inner potential and pull forth from a deep place in order to do the work necessary to come into balance, to come into a place of healing. Otherwise, you're going to be lost in the freaking sauce, and you're going to be feeling super empty and confused. But if you do continue to do this spirit work, I'm telling you, it's all going to pay off. And just don't give up. Just keep moving forward. Keep going, you know? Even if you have no idea where you're headed, where you're going, if you're totally clueless, as long as you're still doing the work, just know that you're being supported by spirit. You're being supported by the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, Inky, Krishna, whoever you pray to, it doesn't matter. It's all the same energy. It's all just love, and it's all one divine source. So yes, with that said, I would just like to thank all of you guys for tuning into this reading tonight. I'm really excited for this journey and for all of us, and I support you guys fully, and I'm really looking forward to continuing to build this community. So if you're finding the information, the content useful, please continue to share, like, subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned for more great things in the works. Anyways, you guys, I love you all. Nova out.